What's up, family? So, quick profits, clean reversal. What's next for tomorrow? That's what I'm going to be talking about tonight. Some of the things that we have to pay attention to is being patient. A lot of times we want to make sure that we're hopping in trades right away, but is it the right setup? Now, today was one of those days where we hopped into the trade right away, but we was looking for a continuation, which we definitely got within the first 5 minutes of the trade, and we end up getting 30% on that. So I'm gonna go over that trade with you. Plus, we hit a reversal, clean reversal to the upside on one of the trades that we did, and also we have some great setups for tomorrow. Only gonna show you one for you to get all of the reversals or all of the action. You could jump in our Discord. Now the Discord is free for you to jump into, but you have to jump into the live trading with us. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead, share my screen with you, show you what's going on, show you as far as the small account challenge that I'm doing, which is called a Frida challenge, and show you how we took the trade today. So with that, let me go ahead, share the screen with you, and let's get right into it, guys. So right here, our first trade of the day was IWM. Like the setup on IWM, and took that trade. Now, it was a very simple trade for me for the simple fact that we are heading for all-time highs on all of these, right? QQQ already hit all-time highs. So I'm looking for that push as well for IWM and the other ones, right? So IWM is a little bit late to the table, right? But we're still getting there. So the crazy thing is we might hop up to that level by tomorrow morning. Right now we closed similar to how we closed yesterday with that push to the upside. So a gap up could be in the works as far as for tomorrow morning. Right now we're already up 30 cents on the day after market, right? So why did I take this trade? Again, I like the setup that I'm seeing as far as the actual price action. And then a break to the upside shows me that we can push. And the next level that we're pushing to is all-time highs, to test that all-time highs and possibly break through it. So if you look on the monthly time frame, we already broke good to the upside as far as a strong push to the upside on this break of the monthly candle. What I was talking about earlier in the month, I said, hey guys, we are in a downtrend as far as a higher time frame, and for us to be in a bullish time frame, we have to break that monthly, right? And the monthly have to break the 3 month. Right now we haven't broke the 3 month yet, but if we break that 3 month, which the target is the break of the 3 month, then we're going to be bullish on the 3 month, bullish on the 6 month, bullish on the year in general, right? So with that said, I took the trade based on how the market looked this morning. Let's see if we could go in right here, kind of clean up my screen a little bit for you guys. So saw the break right away. Wait for the break of that previous day high, right? And once we broke that previous day high, we was within that trade within the first, I want to say within the first minute, because within the first 5 minutes of the trade is where we took profit on that. So we took profit after here. So we went up about 30%. So a little bit over 5 minutes, right? When we broke on the day. So I have to chop it down to the 1 minute for y'all to see, right? So right here is the 1 minute time frame. Saw the break of here, and what I liked about this is once we broke, we pushed up. So this 1 minute candle right here, we was already up 10% on the day, our 12% on the day right there on that 1 minute candle. So as soon as we enter in the trade, we're up at that point. Saw the pullback, and I love the fact that on this 1 minute time frame, we pulled back and used previous day high as support. Even though it's the 1 minute time frame, if you look right here, look how many times it comes to test that previous day high before it break through it, right? And then if you look over here, we use that same area to come again test. So this is a level right here, right, that we have to pay attention to. But either way, saw the break of the high, took it to the upside, and it was a clean profit as far as 30%. Um, and you can't get better than that, right? Now, the target for the day didn't hit. And one of the things that you have to realize when you're trading is if you're trading on 0 DTE contracts, then you have to take your profit. If you have time, then great. You have time on your trade, you could let it run. But if you're trading 0 DTE contracts, you have to make sure that you're taking profit or you're scaling out. So with that, the second trade on the day, now I did have a couple of trades that we talked about, which I'm going to go into as well and show you guys how those trades play out. So the second trade on the day was QQQ. Like I said, we're doing the small account challenge, call it the Elfrida challenge. And what I am basically doing on this challenge is taking 10% minimum on the trade, right? 10% minimum on the trade. So what I'm doing is basically calling the trade out, and then afterwards, if the trade goes higher than that, then great. The trade can go higher than that. But what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I'm taking the profit as far as putting a certain limit on the trade. So I will put once I go above 10%, I'm putting my stop loss at 10% to make sure I get that. If it push up more, then I will take profit as it go up. But with this trade, it gave me about 14. I'll look at it before it pulled back and then actually pop up to the target that I originally have it at. So what I saw on the day to take this trade, that right here we broke down to the downside. Now I did miss the puts, and I was really upset about that. I did miss the puts. I was looking at puts, the 37, I believe. Let's see if this is it. Yeah, 37 puts. Still have it right here, right? So on the 5 minute, that's a 5 minute right here. Yeah, so right here I was watching it, but I was explaining something in the group, in the live, and I actually missed the trade because I was looking for the break of this five right here, and once it broke, I came back over to the screen, and then we were already up right here. So imagine being in a trade or looking for a trade to enter at a particular time. So I was looking to enter right here. The profit on that alone going up to there was 17%. So a trade already runs 17%. Now, breaking right here is a good entry as well. But one thing I don't do is, guys, I don't chase on trades. No matter what, I don't like to chase. I would rather wait for a different setup before I enter into a trade. So even though the trade was right there for me to take again based on the break of that candle, I still didn't take it. And as you could see from the entry to where it ended up, that was a 67%, 70% basically run up on just that entry right there. Now, I missed out on a 70% trade. Whoop-de-doo, right? We can make more money. Every day in the market gives you an opportunity to make money, right? So I'm not gonna get upset or, throw a tantrum like some people would. There's no need for that. So I missed this trade. And that was what, at 9:45, right? 9:45, I missed that trade. So now at what is this? At 10:05 is when we make this trade right here, right? And this trade was pretty quick, within 5 minutes again. As far as this trade, I took it based on the break. I saw the reversal on this candle for the 5 minute. This right here, I wouldn't say it is a tweezer top, but it is a tweezer top. The only thing is this actually broke the low of this candle. So in some cases it doesn't qualify because the tweezer top needs to be a little bit above and not close, right? But some people will say this is a tweezer top to go up, right? So you're looking for not a tweezer top, but a tweezer bottom to go up, right? So you're looking for that bullish move, right? So with that, right here, saw the break on this, and then I was looking for the entry. So I entered right on the break of the second candle. So right here we entered it right at 88, and immediately it popped up. I was over the 10%, right at 11%. Then it pulled back a little bit. So I waited again, and then afterwards it popped up right on that 5 minute to give us 21%, right? So on the first trade, now some people took their profits right there, but some people waited and took their profits all the way up where it was at 40, close to 40%, I want to believe, right? 38%, right? So 38% within that 10 minutes time frame. It did hit my target, which I was targeting that pivot line. It did hit that target, but it came down and took me out on the 5%. I was hoping to get that push within this candle, but I didn't. But it's okay, right? The whole goal, like I said, is taking a minimum of 10% on a trade. When you can wake up every single day and take 10% out the market by being strategic and know what you're looking for, then it's okay. You could be patient with your trades, knowing that you could take money out the market every single day. So those were the two trades that I took today. Really took 5 minutes out of the day. Not even 5 minutes, but a 5 minute trade instead. Now, if you want to trade live with us, by all means, you could jump in the Discord and upgrade to the VIP. That will be in the descriptions. I called out BA for a possible setup for today as far as trades. Right now, with BA, I talked about this last night and I said, I like the fact that BA is looking like this. I am a little bit more biased towards the downside. I said that, but if it break the downside, then it's going to be for puts. And with puts, we could drop back down, right? I like the fact that we was above the 200, which makes me want to be bullish on this. But one thing I don't like to trade is gap ups, right? So I tell everyone I don't trade gap ups no matter what. So if it gap up above the level that I want to take it at or enter at, I am not taking a trade unless it pulls back, close that gap on the day, and then break that high to continue up, which it didn't. So we never got into this trade. I actually saw when it broke to the downside. And then when it broke to the downside, I said, hey guys, this is puts, but I'm not taking puts today. I was just biased as far as taking puts on the day, especially with how everything was setting up. So I didn't take the puts on this, but we definitely could have got profit on this as far as the drop down. Once I saw the break of this, I know immediately it was supposed to be puts. But again, when you're biased towards something, don't change your mind on anything. It's best if you just sit out and not trade at all and know that a trade is going ahead of you. Now, one of the next trades that I did talk about that I loved the setup on was Mara. And Mara did exactly what I wanted it to do. I did enter into this trade later on in the day, but I never called it on our VIP. The reason why is because when we get off the call, we did not break the high. However, I told everyone that if we break the high of this, then we should push and we should do a $11 call. Now, one of the things I mentioned as well is the $11 calls was 10 cents at the time. Bid was 8, ask was 10. Now, the thing is, when you have bid price and ask price so low, you're risking. So I told everyone, hey, not for this week contract, but if you want to be on the safer side, especially when you're trading options, you can get next week contract to buy time, but also the risk factor. Now, these contracts were at 10 cents. Now they're up, right? Now they're up 500% if you were supposed to buy this week contract. Now, I did buy next week contract once I got the alert, thanks to TradingView and everything. But once I got the alert right here on the break of the day, I got into some calls, and those calls are up right now 128%, I believe. Let me check right here. I got in my bid. Yeah, so hold on right here. All right, so my average cost on my contracts is 40 cents. That's for next week. And right now it's at 90 cents. So you're talking about I'm up 126% on those Mara contracts right now. So with that, guys, it's just knowing what to look for. Now, again, you have to be patient. Whatever setup you're looking for, however way you trade, just make sure that you're patient with your setups before you hop into a trade, right? And that's gonna be the main thing, guys. Now, I did mention to the group, and certain things you have to watch when you're trading. You have to pay attention to news and what's going on in news or what's scheduled. So every Thursday, the market is scheduled for unemployment and Fed. The Philly Fed manufacturing index came in way above what it's supposed to be. So this is good for currency as far as that, but it's also good for the market. So with that and the unemployment numbers being low, my bias towards the market is that market should push up or end green. So when I saw the pullback happening in the market, I wasn't buying it. And I said that on my live as well. You could check my post. I think my wife posted, but you could hear it in the live. I was biased towards being bearish. So if you notice, the stocks end up pushing afterwards in the day. Love that Mara, but Mara bounced off that 50% retracement line and then push, which is exactly what I would love to look for, or the setup that I would like to see in a trade. But I wasn't watching Mara all day because I don't sit by the computer all day. So my alert went off, give me the opportunity to get in a trade. So now I'm up 126% going into tomorrow. And I like the fact that Mara, Bitcoin, all of them, Coin, um, Hood, Riot, they're all bullish, guys, because now we're breaking above highs. We're creating higher lows right here, and we're creating higher highs as we go up. We're testing that level right now. And then with this level, can we pull back a little bit? Because the last time we have a huge drop down, yes, we can reject off of here, pull back a little bit, and continue up. But at this point, we need to go up to 1350 to test that 200. Now, is it a long cry from that? Let's see right here as far as how long we test the 200. 107 bars. So in a sense, we can reject from right here, push back down, and take a little bit of time to hit that 200 right there. But in a sense, with everything being bullish, that's going to be the target next, is that 200, right? So with that said, guys, what other trade I was looking at now? All right. So with the trade that I'm looking at for tomorrow, I like the setup a lot. I was actually looking at it for a trade today, but my alert did not go off. So this is my trade idea for tomorrow, going into tomorrow. I like Micron, right? Micron has consolidated for the last 2 days. So now we're gonna look for a breakout, right? And we're looking for that breakout. So if we break above day high, then we're looking for calls as far as breaking above day high, right? If we break above day low, then we're looking at puts at that point. Now, right now, we're in between that level, right? But we have a good move that we can get from Micron. So Micron, typically the ATR on the day is $26. So you could get a good move on Micron, especially if it's going into a direction. Now, one of the things that I really don't like as far as with Micron is that, because if it break the high, we're necessarily going for calls, right? And we're right at all-time highs. Okay, we're right at all-time highs. But if everything is breaking all-time highs, then we could push to break all-time highs as well right here and continue up to 484 as far as the next level. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at either a break for the high or a break for the low. Either way it breaks, I will be looking at calls or puts. Now, tomorrow, I won't be active in my community as far as for trading purposes. I have an appointment that no, I'm sharing with you guys. I'm sharing with you guys. But we're active every single day, Monday through Friday. Trades will be put inside the group regardless if I'm not active or not. I always post the trades as far as what you should be looking for. But either way, if you like what you're hearing, guys, if I'm giving you any type of value, go ahead, hit the like button, leave a comment as far as let me know if you take any trades that I've called out. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is not me telling you exactly what to do. I'm giving you my opinion. Okay. And with that said, remember, guys, every day you're trading, remember, no FOMO, do not chase, keep your mindset clear, have your rules in place, be patient, and wait for your setup to trigger, right? With that said, guys, have a wonderful rest of your night, and happy trading tomorrow.